Okay, so today we're going to be making a very, very exciting dish from the 1980s from the Silver Palette cookbook. And the dish is called Chicken Marbella. And as I usually do, I'm going to go over the ingredients first. And the great thing about this dish is it's super, super easy. It's marinating the chicken and then baking the chicken. So there's just one thing I wanted to say before I forget. I purposefully... I try to show on this channel how I cook at home. So I often just use ingredients I have on hand. So technically you should be using Spanish olives, but I have the Greek ones and I'm just going to use them. Sorry, these are the black Greek olives, but of course you can use the Spanish ones. In fact, I'd recommend that, but this is what I had on hand. So these are pitted olives, capers in a bit of caper juice, minced garlic, prunes. Then I have my olive oil. I have my chicken. I have red wine vinegar. I have black pepper, fresh oregano, parsley, and some bay leaves. So what I'm going to do is mix all this up into a beautiful marinade. So I'm pouring my oil in with the vinegar. I'm adding my prunes, and apparently the white wine and the brown sugar you're supposed to add later, just before baking. So I'm adding all other ingredients in, and these are my spices and herbs. Gonna give that a mix. So I'm back, giving this a good mix. I think this looks really interesting. It's certainly very, very different from things I usually make. But I made this quite a few years ago, and it was amazingly good because there are so many interesting different flavors. There's so much. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to add was, because there's a lot of salt in the olives and the capers, I didn't add any, but of course you can add salt. I'm on a very low salt diet, and that's why I didn't add any. So the chicken are still sort of frozen, and I'm just going to be pouring the marinade on top and refrigerating this for the next few hours. And if you can do overnight, all the better. You can see this beautiful marinade. I'm just flipping it over. I'm just going to play with this until it gets nicely marinated with all the beautiful ingredients that I have here. The chicken's gonna defrost a bit more, and then it'll be more malleable to do that, but you get the basic idea. So I just poured in my marinade ingredients except for the white wine and the brown sugar. And when it's marinated for the next few hours, I will be back and I will finish the rest of this recipe. Okay guys, so I'm back with the marinade, and I had marinated the chicken in the bowl, but then I thought I'm going to take the chicken out just to show you how unbelievably wonderful the marinade ingredients look, and then I'm going to be putting the chicken back, because what I want, you can see there's lots of juice, there's lots of liquid here. What I want is the chicken to soak in it, and that means putting it over this, so that the marinade soaks through into the chicken. So in order to do that, I wanted to show you, this is how it looks. We've got our prunes, and we've got our olives and our beautiful herbs and the garlic and the red wine vinegar and all of those wonderful ingredients. And I have the chicken pieces, which I'm just going to be putting over that. And I'm just going to show you so you can see that the oregano and the black pepper, it's all in there. And I forgot to say, when I was showing you the brown sugar, I forgot to mention, I have the brown sugar to be added later, but I also have bay leaves, and they are important. So I'm going to be adding the bay leaves in at this stage here. Okay, there you go. So that's going to be marinating for the next few hours, and once it's done marinating, I will be back, and it's going to be easy peasy. Just putting this in the oven with the white wine and sprinkling with brown sugar. The brown sugar is going to help caramelize the prunes, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so
I'm just diving into this beautiful chicken.
So we have our chef here. What you were saying, how excited you are and everything.
Yes. Yes, I've been...
We'll just look in, and it's very well cooked.
I've cooked for the international restaurant at Algonquin College. And I would love to try your beautiful chicken.
Yeah, and that's been patroned by prime ministers and other heads of state. That's the important part.
Yes, we had Brian Mulroney there.
Yes, former Prime Minister of Canada.
Now that is absolutely delicious.
Wonderful. So what would you give it? You said it was like 10 out of 10 before.
I gave it a 9.9 out of 10. That's how good it is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. And how does it taste? Like salty and sweet?
I like the saltiness of the olives with the chicken. The sweetness I'm not crazy about, but I do love the sweet or the salty, and the chicken is so delicious. It's so tender. And so crispy. Succulent.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, please what? Like and subscribe.
And share.
And share.
And share with others. This food is amazing.
Thank you.